Hi everyone, this is Baihan Laing from Olavarria Lab, Department of Psychology, University of Washington. Today I'm going to introduce to you the functions and usage of the patch processor, which is a software designed by me. The main purpose of this software is to determine the patchness of ocular dominance column in the V1 on the ipsi and contra cortices. Other supplemental software includes Photoshop and ImageJ, which serve as data sources. So first I'm going to show you how to how to use my software. So here there's the exe file. Normally you can just click it and open it, right? But if you cannot, there is an alternative way. So here, if you happens to have my jar file, which is like here, you can actually click on the jar file, which is the patch processor 2.0 jar. Be sure to have everything else in the file. So let's hope you have the exe file here. And you click it. For the time's sake, I have already opened the software for you. So when you open, this will be the interface that you say. And here there is an introduction about all the functions, for example, and a brief introduction of, for example, how to use that, what's the format of the file you should save for it to be recognized. So let's go one by one. So first, you have to prepare for the data to be analyzed by my software. How to do that? You can see here there's the ImageJ component, right? So we all know that the ImageJ is a very famous software designed by the NIH and a group of researchers. Very wonderful, and it's especially useful for the analysis of the neuroscience data. For example, the cortices and the electronic and e-physics and something like that. So for here, what we are using it to show the patchness of our cortices. Take this as an example. For example, this is the data collected from 2007. And by the way, you have to save your file in the TIFF format to be recognized by the ImageJ. So here is the cortices, right? And we can see here is the central segment, which is the binocular area, which we are expected to see the ocular dominance patches. So here are the patchiness. And how to show that it has patchiness? So what we did here is we actually drag this whole thing into the ImageJ. And we can see here, right? So normally what we got here is okay, now we have a line and we draw a line across all the patchiness in the central segment. Then we analyze okay, now we cross some bumps, okay, so it's more darker and something like that. And what we did is we analyze this. First we set the scale to be the pixels, then we generate the plot file, which is like this. You can see, oh my goodness, it is so bumpy, right? So jagged. So there are many noise here. So one way to actually minimize the noise is to increase the line width. You can see, okay, the width there is going bigger. So now we here take the 100, which is the optimal we found, because when we were, for example, doing this, we can go across several patchiness. Okay, let's see how that will work. Whether or not it will show more bumps or less bump. Analyze, plot file, and we can see, okay, it is much smoother than before, right? It is less jarred, and then we can see some big waves. Okay, they are like three patchiness here, so there are 3 patchiness here, which is awesome. So why do we choose a plot like this? Because what we are measuring here is what we call patch index, which is defined by us as the length of the curve to the length of the lines. So what does that supposed to mean? So that means that the gray value, because gray value shows the darkness and whiteness, so if there is a patch, we are expected to say, okay, here are some less patches things, and so it becomes lighter, then it becomes darker, so we are supposed to have wave. So if there are more waves, it will be longer, right? If there's longer, so then the PI will be bigger. Alright, so that's our definition for that. So how to actually analyze this data? So what we got here is a list. It is a list of X and Y. So we cannot generate this list, but we can save it. But when you save it, be sure to save, for example, to be recognized by my software as the target file, you have to save ending with data.txt. Alright, data.txt. And it will be great if you can put ipsi or contra and which slides there, so you will pay off later. I will explain later. So basically we save the file here, right? Now we have already saved it. We can close this everything because we won't need it anymore. Okay, so now we got all our data here. What's the next step? So for the next step, we're going to use the patch processor. By the way, ImageJ data is mostly the programs or developed by the NIH, but these two are designed by us. So the patch processor, now we got here, we can in fact, for example, we can actually put our folders here, so that it can generate all the data from all the data files inside this folder, which will save a lot of time for all the for all the researchers. So here we put the folders here. We can even browse it like what we did in normal software, and then we click analyze, or we can click enter. So here generates the data. Okay, now we can see, okay, this is the file, right? This is the SM, this is the SI, which I have already explained before. This is the PI, we calculated. Okay, awesome. What's more awesome is that if you feel, okay, this looks fine, but we have to type it on our data, which is not so cool. Never mind. We also generate two files. One file is result PI, so it is a txt file, looks like this. So we can have file name, SM, SI, and PI. So we can have all the data here, which is very brief and very useful. What's more useful is that if you want to directly analyze them inside a Excel file like this, so we can even sort out things, because for example, like, of course this is the control group, so I only chose the ipsi, but it can be control, which I can show later if times. Okay, so for example, like I only want control, or for example, like I want to sort this whole patchness. I also can use this Excel, and I can even do some statistic tests to see whether there is any difference between the control and ipsi. So this is very useful. What's more useful, if you find, okay, I do not want your Excel file, I do not want some data which seems to be unnecessary. Sorry, not this. For example, like result. For example, like I do not need to know about the slices you take, or I'm not interested in control ipsi, which of course is not possible. So what will that be? So you can actually click this checkbox here. So we can actually generate all the data from the Excel to the screen, so that you can copy down, and for example, put inside your operational data chart, which you can manipulate it very well. For example, you like your own format or something like that. Don't worry. What's the other things that is important is smooth factor, right? Because now we have already know there is one way we can actually even out all the noises, which is like broaden our width of lines when we were using the ImageJ. Another way to do that is using the moving average. What does moving average mean? So moving average means each data point it actually becomes the average of the previous n data it has. So it basically evens out individual outliers and stuff like that. So we can see here is Excel generated moving average. The original data is very bumpy, but using the moving average it becomes more even, which is awesome. So what we are going to do here is first we can show that whether or not the smooth factor will have an effect on our PI. Because if there is a huge effect on the PI, so there is a correlation there, so that we can say that, oh no, we cannot use this because there is an interaction between the smooth factors you use with what can I say? Okay, sorry, correlation. So that the smooth factor becomes a confounding factor in our findings, which is not so cool. So what we can do here is we can still put our files here, folders here, and it can do a group trend. What does that mean? So it can show that how does the PI varies along with the smooth factor. By the way, smooth factor is defined as the percentage of data point shifted to the right using moving average. So here, now it generated. Okay, we can see, okay, it's pretty cool. For example, like less than 10, no big difference. Maybe bigger than 50%. Oh no, it's not workable anymore. But of course, you are not going to use something like that. But we can know that, okay, so it's like 0 to 5 seems to be a proper things. What's more cool is we can even see the single change by analyzing here. So we can see, okay, this is the first data we generated. Okay, we can see, oh, wow, it makes a difference. For example, when you go here, apparently this data is not the same data as you see before. Of course, that's 50% of data just cased it away. So normally I would use as a default is like smooth factor 2, which is the optimal, because it doesn't make very big difference, but it still smooths out a little bit. Okay, so that's basically what this function was all about. And if you still become very interested in finding out all the other functions, you can always click the about when not screwing up all the data here, and you can always back to menus to start over again. So I hope you like this software, and feel free to send all the compliance and suggestion to me, which is in these emails. And okay, thank you very much.